This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. They are not experts in love, science, or common sense, but they are professionals in talking shit. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Story for Laughs. I'm your host, JD.
I'm Brandon, special guest for today. I also go by B.
So today we have a special guest host, Brandon, my lovely brother-in-law. The girls couldn't make it this episode, so we decided to do a men's mental health awareness episode since we are in Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We're almost
June.
at the end of it, and there's just a lot to talk about.
It's a big topic.
It's an important topic.
It's more than a month of content there, but just as younger, middle-aged, kind of going into these different stages of life, like there's more you're learning day to day about yourself and how you want to handle these things as what people might have taught you growing up.
Yeah. So I know off the rip, there's huge differences, like we were speaking before the episode, where growing up, one of the questions was, did your parents or did your dads, not parents, because obviously mothers are more in tune with their feelings than most dads are, ever speak about feelings, right?
Yeah.
Like your father, did he ever speak about feelings?
Yeah, that's a good one, because for me, we definitely had a lot of conversations around like, how do you feel? But it wasn't so much like that sit down, like that ideal you picture it after a little league game and he's sitting down, he's like, break down to me what's going on right now. No, it was more just like, oh, okay, and how do you feel about that? So there were definitely conversations around feelings, but I think it just brought more awareness around like thinking about it instead of just reacting and acting through something.
Yeah.
I guess that's a little different for me than what some people might say traditionally they felt like, but I didn't know it to be different at the time, right, when I was a kid.
Exactly. So in my case, obviously my dad never spoke about feelings. It was more of the whole man up thing, where it's like, it'd be like if I was riding my bike and I'd fall, I'd get the, if you fall, I'm gonna beat your ass on top of the fall.
Yeah.
It was that type of thing. So bottling up emotions was normal for me growing up. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things where it's like when I first met you, I saw the difference in like, even though you're younger, at a maturity level, and even like the emotional awareness and emotional intelligence, it was apparent that there was a gap there, right? But obviously, the more I got to know you, it was, okay, his dad does speak about feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like you had that kind of like safe zone.
It's funny you say that too, because a lot of people that are very close to me tell me I'm a little bit guarded or clinical towards like my analytics and my.
Well, you are analytical
side,
as hell,
but to move a certain way amongst people and friends, you got to be conscious of like what conversations you can even have to still maintain a relationship, a friendship, and a dynamic with somebody. And that was something that I think early on for me had value when I was like going through middle school, grade school. Like I switched from public school to Catholic school. My parents made that choice without any consultation to me. It was just like, hey, we don't like what we're seeing and what you're doing, and we're gonna make this decision for you. And when that happened, sixth grade, having to see different people that had different experiences and upbringings, it forced me to kind of to integrate and be able to have friends again, like to force myself to like,
it opened your mind up,
right? And understand more of what those kids and people are like open to be able to bring that dialogue, because like there wasn't none. You're the outsider. It's a smaller school, less kids, and it's just kind of like, oh, the new kid, like either they're like all those dynamics. So for me, it turned into like, okay, how do I understand what people feel as correlation to being able to have a relationship and engaging with them, whereas I think a lot of people.
It's funny that you say that with the friend thing, because we we were saying how you have like the friend groups, and it could be either a gift and a curse,
Yep.
right? Because you do have your friends that are um emotionally intelligent. You do have the friends that you can actually sit down and go to and say, I'm going through this with my wife, I'm going through this with my kids, I'm going through this with myself. And then you do have the friends where you really can't go to them with anything because they're not at the mental capacity, or they're just not at the open-mindedness to receive what you're about to put on the table for them.
Yeah. So you try to keep it at a certain level to maintain a relationship with them without scaring them away or forcing them into a situation where they're like, I don't even want to be around that.
Yeah, but I feel like the older we get, the more we see like superficial friendships are just a waste of time.
Oh my God.
So like I know everybody
They
has
hurt
their
my
friends.
heart, bro. Like,
Everyone has their friends. It's like,
Uh,
like your drinking buddy. Oh, that's my drinking buddy. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, cool. Your drinking buddy is only good to go out drinking with.
Yeah.
But when you go out drinking, you're talking about, the sports games. You're talking about,
the fair weather stuff.
yeah, the superficial stuff. And then it's like,
Or remember back in the day, and
You
you
might-
keep going back to that same story. And yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
I've realized that with some of my friends that shit happens, and I've slowly just drifted away from them.
Yeah.
And it's not that, like I always said, it's like, if you call me, I'll pick up the phone. It's just that on a daily, like, life basis, I'm not engaging in those type of relationships because
But when you care about the person,
it's
yo,
hard
that's
to-
hard.
it's hard, right? But, and I had said this in a previous episode, I'm one of those people where it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And if you aren't someone who's, like, where you're not reaching out and we're not having these real conversations, eventually I'm going to forget to hit you up.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, like that really does happen
Yeah.
with me. Like, because it's like, okay, I'm having these conversations with you. Sometimes the group chat's a little crazy. Sometimes the group chat is on some business talk and
Yeah.
some real stuff that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Or one of our little cousins might call us and it's like, yo, I got this going on.
Right. Can you help me out? Or have you seen this before?
Exactly.
Like,
So we go to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's easy and plus we're family, but it's easy for us to just stay focused on real life, deeper valued stuff than just, what's up with the Corvette?
and I think where that's great is like you understand someone's like North Star, something that they're holding on to as part of their goals, their passion, and something that excites them in life. And where people forget to tap into is like how that changes throughout their life. The thing that really is your North Star, your driving force at 20 is different than at 25. And if you are achieving your goals, it's different at 35, right?
It could be different next week.
be.
You know what I'm saying? Like your North Star could have been something simple, the previous week, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden now you meet the love of your life, let's say, and now you're like, oh, I want to buy a house, I want to do this, I want to,
Nothing
I wanna
else
pro-
matters.
I want to
at
get a
that
promotion.
point, right?
I want to,
like,
because of I met this person, and I want to do these things for them.
yeah,
You should do it for yourself too, but. You brought up the point before of like, before we started recording, of how people say they do things for their kids and like their kids are the North Star, right? And it's fair because it's fair to say that some people just say that to say it, especially absent parents. I do it for my kids.
Yep.
You're doing what? Like,
What?
you're grinding, working, but you're not helping your kid. You're not
Yeah.
seeing your kid. You're not
Yeah.
doing anything for your kid.
yeah.
So how is it that you're doing it for your kid?
Right.
That
right.
makes no
right.
sense.
And if you're gonna tell me it's those Christmas gifts so I could see them light up, like, great, that's a moment, but is that a purpose?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's beautiful that you want to have a moment. Absolutely. Everyone's entitled to their memories, their moments, all of that stuff. But a North Star should be a purpose, right? Like something that's deeply rooted with like how you move day to day.
Yeah.
When you're talking about your purpose, it's going to now help you, because as we're talking about mental health, it aligns you to start making decisions in a capacity that guides you towards that direction, right? You're taking away the part that now every movement I make, I'm not thinking, right? Like the breathing, blinking, walking, going to work, those things naturally happen, but they naturally happen easier when they align with your purpose and your intent. And when that is the life you're living,
Yeah.
you're questioning yourself less, and it allows you to then concentrate and focus the other amount of energy and time into the decisions that are hard or the things that take time and effort. And that's why that North Star, to me at least, is so important, because even though we recognize that it changes over time, it gives you a purpose and guidance towards what you're doing.
Yeah.
So when you say it's for your kids, like, great, but like,
For what?
for what? What are you trying to get your kids to be able to have access to, or to do, or to engage with them with?
Yeah.
If they're your reason, then where are you trying to go with that? You know, it's like you could build a boat and say, I want to protect them. That's my goal. Well, you got to build that boat to go somewhere or do something.
Leave it
You
in your
know, like,
backyard.
yeah, like you know, oh, I want to get them to this school, or I want to get them to have this experience that I didn't get to have when I was a kid. Something that turns into a driving force. And that's where some people, they turn to religion, or they turn to a hobby, or they turn to other things. And then the problem is when those things don't align in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, then
Whew,
there goes left field. Everything starts to spiral.
yeah.
And then so for instance, like for myself, right? For myself, my North Star is my family. Like, I do the things I do for my wife and kids.
Yeah.
You know, the extra hours I work, I don't do that for myself. I do that but there's a goal in mind. There's a plan. It's easier for me to sacrifice certain things to be able to get to where I want to go, because I have that in mind, right? This is where I want to see my family in X amount of time, so I have to do X amount of things.
Yeah.
Right. Now, when that time comes, for me, that's not gonna change.
Yeah.
Right. Like, that, to me, doing it for my family just won't change. Like, I hold that close to my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's certain things that a lot of people be like, I don't know how you do it. Right? I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you put in so many hours. I don't know how. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't feel, you know, sometimes, yes, I'm tired. Sometimes it doesn't feel like effort at the moment, because I'm not really, like you said,
Picturing that
it's like
bigger
breathing.
picture.
Yeah, it's like breathing at that point. It's like I know why I'm doing this.
This is a necessary part
Exactly.
of that journey.
I know why I'm doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there comes
It's
a point
necessary part of
where
that journey.
a lot of men don't talk about is that burnout of, like, you're grinding and you're doing what you got to do, and it's you're a man, you're supposed to do what you got to do, right?
Love it.
And it's like, no, I'll take days off from time to time and not do shit.
Yeah.
And, like, I'll sit on the couch and watch TV for fucking 8 hours.
Yep.
Because I might have had 2 really long weeks of bullshit. And obviously, you know, with my job and the extra stuff with my job, a lot of times that shit gets stressful.
So what stops you from the, damn it, woman, I deserve this, you know, rather than aligning that relaxation or that break? Like, where's the difference there for you?
For myself, I mean, obviously you're blessed as well to be with my sister, so I know for you the way you guys communicate is, I'm gonna do this because this is what I need, and there's not going to be a lot of hit back there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with me. Like, I'll tell Jasmine, oh, I'm taking off next Friday. I don't plan on doing shit.
Yeah, it's so important to have your, like, stress relief, like your outlet. But for us, what it sounds like similarly is when we communicate it, it's now coming from a place of no pressure and no stress.
Yes.
Because it's like, I know I'm getting to that level or that point where this is starting to feel like burnout or starting to feel like a lot. I need this day to go top golf with the guys. Or I need this day to go
poker night at my
long
house,
drive or poker night or whatever it is. And that's the difference to me of like a healthy vice versus when it can turn into a bad habit. Because it's not just the obvious, right? People talk about, oh, drinking, like that's unhealthy, like, or gambling, whatever. But there's a way to do these things responsibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can have it as a relief, right? Like a stress relief. But people don't look for that line or that limit.
No.
If your personality or who you are doesn't align with allowing that to be healthy in your life, then hey, you got to change that too.
I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, I had like a hell month of
like
just
overtime, like a lot of
overtime and a lot of headaches with my other job, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I came home and I made a drink. I went in my backyard. I sat down. I'm smoking a cigar and I'm having a drink. And it's funny because Jasmine goes, "You just like randomly had a drink." I was like, "Yeah, I just needed a drink." And she's like, don't get used
Don't
to
get
just,
used to
like,
that.
Don't get used to just needing to have a drink. And I'm like, nah, babe. I was like, I just needed a drink. I was like, I needed a drink. I was like, this is not like a oh my God, I must have the drink.
I've definitely been there. I've definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And it was
Yeah.
you know what it was? I really just wanted a cigar.
Yeah.
But you already know.
That flavor profile
Yes.
goes with
Yes.
this.
Exactly. Like, we understand.
Yeah.
We understand
For
it.
sure.
Jasmine doesn't smoke cigars. So I tried
Everybody
to...
has that thing, whatever it is. Like, yo, I had a scoop of peanut butter, but like, it just needed a little jelly on top. Or like...
Exactly. Like, so for me, it was like, I wanted to smoke that one cigar that I really wanted to smoke that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to go really well with this whiskey. So let me pour myself a drink. It was one drink.
Yeah.
And obviously when I told her, why, like how it was, you get the conversation of, so what's going on? Like, and now you're able to, the what's going on or what's happening or how are you feeling or all these things are questions that sometimes men don't really get asked. You know what I'm saying? Especially from other men. Like, especially like your boys, like they won't, the friends that you like that you've met, right? For my work, for my job. These guys, we always ask, oh, how's everything? How's your wife? How's the kid? You know what I'm saying? And I love that. I love that we can actually have serious conversations, but at the same time, it's still the guy banter with like the jokes and you know what I'm saying?
And I want to preface that too with the difference of there are people that ask, but people that don't want to know, right? Like,
there's also people that just ask to ask and really don't give a fuck.
Right. So the fact that I've met these guys and what you're saying is exactly that. Like, they actually care when they're asking.
Yes.
And not everybody has that. And that, that's tough. I think not spending time to find that in your life is a detriment that you will pay for later.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you don't find at least one or two people that you can connect with and really have that, you don't have to see that person but once a year. But if you don't have that, then you really are trying to take it all on your own, put the world on your back.
You really can't.
And that's a losing battle.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how strong you think you are. You're not going to be able to take every battle on your own. You're just not. Yeah, I go to the gym all the time. Yeah, guess what? That's a stress reliever. It is a stress reliever. But that's physical strength.
Yeah.
Your mental capacity there, you're at the gym, but like, I've been there. I've been at the gym where I'm like repping weight and I'm not even like realizing, I don't even know how many reps I did because I'm so stuck on whatever it is that I'm thinking about at that moment that it was like, you remember when I went through my breakup years back, I was sleeping 1 or 2 hours going to the gym, like nothing was thing. And it was because I had so much on my mind that I was just like a robot.
And it's crazy how long your body will let you do that.
Yes, because you're on it's like flight or fight mode, and your mental is just on fight. Like, it's just on, like adrenaline, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep, and I would just work out.
Because moving is easier
Exactly, than
and
sitting
more
still
effective
in your
than
thoughts.
being
Yeah, absolutely.
in your mind. And there's a lot of people who slowly get to that, and they're still married with kids. Maybe they own their own business and they make really good money, you know, like they have these things, but they're not focused on what that sounds like. And they keep moving to get away from actually facing the problem.
Yep.
And we hear about that, you know, like celebrities or different people that, you know, make crazy money and stuff like that. But
They're sad.
It's hard to understand, right? Like, oh, you crying, but you're like crying in your swimming pool and whatever.
Well, that's what like they said. Like, I'd rather cry in a Bugatti than a Honda.
Right.
And it's like, it doesn't really matter at that point.
It doesn't.
It's not going to matter at
Ask
that point.
both of those people that are crying who's happier, and you know.
At that point, neither of them are.
No.
Because money's only going to make you, money's just going to make things a little bit easier for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's not going to bring you happiness.
It allows you to buy other comforts that
are going to
cushion
dwindle.
Cushion the blow or the feeling in a moment, numb the feeling. But the real work is recognizing the things that are causing the pain and the problem, and stopping you from being able to live your life to its fullest potential.
Yeah.
And that's separate from the YOLO mentality. I need to go have 6 months living in Thailand somewhere and like run away from all my like all of that stuff. That is to numb the pain.
Yep.
And when it gets to that point, it's gone too far, because now you don't have a sustainable lifestyle for yourself where you could get to experience real joy, real happiness.
Yeah, back then, I'm telling you, and my sister reeled me in. Yo, you guys really did. You reeled me in. I was spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I'll never. To me, it's like that moment is like, you know how you grow up and you have core memories, right? When we sat at my parents' kitchen table and you were doing my expenses for me, like you were helping me out because I was just reckless. That to me became a core memory in the aspect of my growth. Yeah. Because if I never would have did that, I would have been fucked. Like, dude, you remember, you're like, Juan, why are you buying $12 worth of coffee every day? And I'm like, well, I work overnight and I work you know, I stop at Dunkin' on my way to work. I go in the middle of shift, and then on my way home, I need another cup of coffee because I'm tired.
And then I don't remember the exact conversation, but I believe it went something to the tune of like, okay, so you can still have the coffee, but do you know you need to be spending $12 on it or not?
Yes, exactly.
Is this like the place you're passionate about going? And it's like, no, just getting a large Dunkin'. Like,
buy a thermos and make your own coffee at home.
Yeah.
And it was, you know what I'm saying? It was little things like that, but that was a real conversation. That was you really caring about me as a person and saying, all right, he's going backwards. He's spiraling downwards. Let's help your brother get back up to, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's help him get somewhere where he can, like you said, sustain.
We weren't even that, like,
as close
many
as we
years,
are now.
right?
Yeah.
You know, of knowing each other. And I just felt like in that moment, I saw a man that has already achieved so much and done so much, right? Like you were married, you had, you know, kids, like you've done things that a lot of people would look for as success, define as success in life, right? And these other things that were happening in your life, you know, going through a divorce, whatever, changed the dynamic for you. But these other things like the finances and stuff were no longer a priority because you were just focused on what was going on.
Yep.
And that's where it's like that North Star conversation again. You get lost and misguided. And not that you can't function. You were still going to work. You still had a job. You still had kids to take care of, you know, like you were doing those things. But it was like only a small percentage of you was committed to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
like,
and that's...
I'm more of a percentage of me was committed to going out and getting fucked up with my friends.
Right. Because also that I don't.
the bad vice.
Well, the vice, right? And when it turns bad,
And that's when it turned bad because
yeah,
we've have drinks all the time
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
We'll go outside, have a drink, smoke a cigar.
Yep.
And it'll be one drink.
Yeah.
And we're talking for hours.
Yep.
And we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to get lit every single time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There are times where, like your wedding, St. Mason's never gonna let me live that down. You couldn't even open the door. You were going like this every time, man.
Yeah.
That kid brings it up every time.
Yeah.
But
That was a good time.
that was best wedding I've ever been to.
Thanks.
Dude,
Me too.
dude, that you know what it is? That was the only destination I've ever been to.
Yeah.
No, that destination wedding.
Yeah.
Not destination.
Right. Destination 100.
100
people.
dude. The whole resort was yours. It was like the club. Everyone in the club knew everybody.
Yeah.
It was that was the guy. You guys got Henny because of us.
I mean, yeah. I think that even for that, right? The thing that made it so special is that everyone was truly there to celebrate the union of two people that I felt like they cared about.
Yes.
You didn't make the effort to go on the destination wedding just to like do it for the gram or show up and say you were there, right? Like everyone that showed up really wanted to be there for us. And whether those people are still in our lives or not, or they're day to day, or they're just once a year, like they, in that moment, in that time, really wanted to be there to support. And that made the moment that much greater.
I was going to say, you could feel it.
It's
like you can actually like everyone had a story. Everyone had remember when Brandon did it? Remember when Maria? And it was like, it's like no matter who you talk to, if you talk to them for 5 minutes, like there were people that I never met before, and we're all at breakfast and we're talking, and it's like, damn, like we've had a lot of the same experiences with them because you guys know, you know what I'm saying? Like
we wanted to foster that, right? So when we set up the wedding, we set up like a welcome bag for everybody. There was a bracelet, like a Live Strong style, just a silicone band, whatever. But it had the wedding date, the names, and all that. So as people were walking around the resort, if you saw they had that separate from the resort at all, you knew that person is there for this event.
Yeah.
So you had the 2 or 3 days. So even if you were with your kids lounging by the pool, but you saw somebody else waking up, sunglasses on, barely able to stand, you knew why they were here, and you were like, hey, you good? We saved you a spot. And people like not forced, but it allowed them to mingle a little bit more than by the day of the actual wedding. All those jitters were out of the way.
Oh,
I know you. I've seen you a couple days now. I know why you're here.
Yep.
And all that I feel like still is homogenous to like how I try to live my life when I'm looking for that mental health, that stability.
Yeah.
I'm bringing that back in because the reality is like not everybody gets that, but are they working for it or towards it?
Yeah.
Like people are able to easily write down their goals on paper financially, whether they're working towards it or not, that's their own choice. But what about the things you actually want to build in your life that are not the finances, that are not the I got to get through school, the obvious things in front of you, right? Like, man, I want my kids to be able to experience the family barbecues that I did growing up, because that was a special thing to me.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? If you're not the person scheduling the barbecues,
that's not gonna happen.
Who are you waiting for?
Exactly.
And so those things take work, but they add value, and they're special, and they mean something.
This is why, like, me and Jasmine do the.
I'm glad you brought the wedding thing up. I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's
the family night, where we have, my siblings and you guys, the spouses, come over, and it's just us, and we either grill or we have game night.
And I guarantee you, getting up to that day, everyone is like, why did I commit to this? Or I'm tired today. Or, oh my God, I had work. I had this, course. I had that. Everyone has 1,000,001 excuses.
But like you said, the value that you get out of it is worth it. Because for like if I go, let's say 3 months and I don't see Levi, when I see Levi again, he looks like a whole different fucking kid. Like it looks like like the kids grow like this.
Yeah.
They learn like this. So now it's like,
Damn.
hold on a
What
second.
are you doing now? What do you know now?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
almost don't even know where to start the conversation.
So
I know that
we
feeling.
try to like, do it often enough to where it's not these months that go by. Obviously, we all hibernate in the winter. And then we have the Christmas Santa, Secret Santas, Secret Santas, exactly. We'll do the Secret Santa, we'll do Thanksgiving, and the holidays. Obviously, we'll do that. And then when summertime comes, it's easier.
Yeah.
We'll go to your house. You guys come here. Adi does things over there. You know what I'm saying? It's that dynamic of like people, and it's great. I mean, I feel great knowing that our generation allowed for like Rudy and Jerry and Nate and stuff like that to actually be able to come to us with real problems or issues of like not being afraid to be like, hey, I did this, or I fucked up this, or I'm feeling this type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like
you're saying like the younger generation, or that
but it's because we have broken that, especially for myself, right? Like once I got into therapy, I realized, okay, I give my dad grace, obviously, because he was doing the best he could. And it's funny because I saw a video of thing, and then when you realize that my mom had me when she was 16, it makes it that much more like, oh, they were just doing the best they could. You're 26 with a 10-year-old, like.
Yeah.
What the like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you even know about
exactly
life?
I had my son when I was 18.
Let alone helping someone else.
Hopefully, when he gets older, the older he gets, the more he'll see. Like, I really did just try the best I could.
Yeah.
And
I was very analytical, like in that stage of my life when I didn't have kids. That when I was trying to convince my parents I needed more time and I'm not ready yet, and don't rush me and this and that.
Yeah.
Even though I was in a long-term committed relationship. It was like
with my sister.
With your sister, yes, yes. It was like, damn, you're never really gonna be ready.
You're not.
So not ready now or not ready later. Is it better? Is it worse?
Dude, I'm super excited for the baby,
person,
right?
Yeah,
I'm super excited to have a baby girl.
I'm excited for us.
And at the same time, I'm nervous as hell because you're just never ready. Like, I've been sleeping great the past couple years. You know what I mean? Like, you know that. You call me at 9 o'clock and it's like, oh, he's sleeping. He's in bed. Like, you know what I mean? Now it's going to be.
And nice, too. Like, with a robe. Like,
that's going.
Hey, what's up?
That's going.
Like, damn,
yeah,
played up.
That's going out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, and I know it's temporary because obviously eventually you'll get more where I am mentally, right? So in a healthy marriage, like, being able to raise a kid now with both parents and more mature and more, I'm gonna say ready, but not. You know what I'm saying? Like more readiness.
Yeah, the part you can never be ready about is guaranteed. Is like you don't know what kind of child.
Yeah, you're not gonna know what kind of child you have. You might have a colic baby.
Right?
You might get lucky and have one of them babies that wakes up once a night and that you feed them and they go back to sleep for 6 hours.
Absolutely. Yeah. But what comes with that also is the part that is the ripple effect, right? Like, then not getting enough sleep or having conflicts with like work and all of this and maternity leave and all the,
so
all that stuff. Different.
What me and Jasmine did was, it was her idea, which I think is a genius idea, was we've seen a couples therapist now a couple times. So we're doing it every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like we don't have any issues, right?
That's why I'm interested, because now I'm like, wait, that's almost like a hack.
So
you're learning better habits.
Yes.
When things are good. Is that kind of where you're going?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So Jasmine's idea behind it was, it's so easy for us to talk about stuff now because we're good, we're fine.
Yeah.
That if you have a therapist, the therapist gets to see the dynamic of what
healthy,
good, what your relationship looks like in a regular basis, as opposed to both of us having no sleep and now we're both a little pissed or like, you're a little more agitated than usual and you might get snappy or something like that. it happens.
Yeah, of course.
These are the things people don't talk about,
Human
right?
nature, like I'm a little edgy, I'm low on sleep.
Exactly. These are the things people don't talk about.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to prepare ourselves with stuff like that, where it's like in the nursery, you have a twin bed in the nursery, and you alternate sleeping in the nursery.
Yeah.
So that way one person at least has a decent night's sleep, so we're both not at 20% battery. One of us might be at 80, and that person at least is level-headed and able to be like, you know what I'm saying?
I remember that part of my journey, like
I remember a couple times.
man,
you called me.
I
You're
was
like
sleepwalking. I was like, I was doing everything I could to be successful without the recovery part. I was moving forward in every way I thought that was helpful for the unit, for the family, for her, for him, and not doing anything to
yourself.
Like balance that out, right? And then there was a guilt piece of it, right? Like, how can I be the one that needs a break when she just birthed the child? She's, breastfeeding. She's all these things, right? So,
ladies, you see, not all men don't think about stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? No, you know why? Because
spiraling in my own head about like how to.
Because a lot of the issues with this too is that because men don't talk or really open up about things, they don't tell their wives anything like this, right? I told Jasmine a million times, I'm like, this is going to be 100 times harder for you than it is for me. It is. I still want you to understand though that when you feel like I'm not doing enough, I am trying to do everything I could.
Yeah.
Right. Because I still have to work. And for me, I do a lot better than her without sleep. I just do. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, it's like I don't mind if I have to take the night. I prefer doing it myself than dealing with her not getting enough sleep, and now it becomes a problem, right?
Having to deal with both sides of it.
Exactly.
My wife and the baby.
Exactly.
So for me, take the sleep kind of.
For me, I'd rather just lose the sleep myself.
Yeah.
But I'm confident in knowing that if I'm like, babe, I need a 3-hour, at least let me 3-hour nap. That there's not gonna be well, what about me type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, if this is where the battle is, right? Because you also have to be conscious of it. Because let's say it's a night where she didn't get any sleep.
It's that toss up. But if you have good communication, you can say, this is the crappy end of both of this for us, like
drop the baby off with your mom. We both need a 3-hour.
This is what it is. Yeah. And we're not going out to a movie or the club or not. Like, we are literally gonna zonk out and be.
But we know this.
Done.
Like we know we know that. Like the just randomly going out, that comes to an end for a while. You know what I'm saying? We're blessed enough to have the grandparents who both are willing to babysit. You know what I'm saying? So we're blessed in that sense where we have community and we do have help. But which is another thing, like dads, parents, like fathers, right? I don't think fathers do enough of that. Like fathers don't do enough of like, for instance, last time, I go to play Magic at Solo's house and he has the twins.
Yeah.
Oh, but I have I don't care. You have the twins. Big deal. Like, you got to get up and do stuff for your kids.
Yeah.
The game's going to take longer.
Yep.
I don't care.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm impatient. I'm impatient when we play games and you know this, right? But when it comes to something like that.
Because Juan's got to win.
Yes, I do got to win.
So you got to
and I do a lot, right? Exactly. And my ADHD starts going at it, and then I start losing my strategy, right? But when it comes to something like that, nah, dude, like you get up and do what you got to do. It's cool. You need help with anything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh no, I'm not going over because
that's that capacity of understanding a healthy relationship. Regardless, it's not your spouse. This is your friend. But when you're looking at him in that moment, it's like, yo, he needs this.
He needs
right
help.
now.
Yeah.
So the best thing I can do is just be patient.
Yep.
And if it's going to run into like, yo, I said I got to be out by 7, then pause the game or hold it or be like, yo, let's stop here. Maybe I can help you for 10 more minutes before I gotta go, whatever it is.
Yep.
And if there's any like awareness, I think we can help anybody that is struggling with this to see is like, communication is not a weakness. Communication is not a problem.
Asking for help isn't either.
If somebody is really giving you a hard time about trying to communicate, then it's worth questioning or challenging the value of that person in your life. Because when you start to build a life around people that are healthy for you and actually you can help and feel comfortable giving to and helping, like, that's going to create a community around you that is what you need in life to succeed.
Yeah.
Any great, story or success story, like there was always a team there. Somebody achieved something or a team of people achieved something.
They helped you.
There was help.
Yeah.
There was. So be honest with yourself and chalk it up to like, get out of the main character syndrome of the story and like, yo, like, it's okay.
I know.
Okay.
For me, asking for help was always the biggest problem. Like, it took a lot for me to be like, yo, I need help with, like, even it's something as simple as my basement, right?
Yeah.
If I could have did it all by myself, which I did a lot of it by myself, I'll do it by myself.
Yep.
Because to me, it's like, all right, now you live far, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like asking you to come up here to help, I don't know what you got going on.
And I want to.
No, and I know
so
you
there's
do.
a part of
Even like the day that you were gonna come up.
Yeah.
It was pouring rain. It was gonna take you forever to get here. And the sump pump I fucked up and I lodged the bar up against the wall and so it didn't turn on. So I got some water in the basement. And I was like, all right, well, this is gonna take me a while to clean up. I didn't want you to come up here and then we put up one sheet of sheetrock and you have to go back.
Time just mopping.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, I'm not gonna make you go through all that. But at the same time, I obviously I appreciate it, and I know that you genuinely want to help. You know what I'm saying? And you don't flake like Nate.
Yeah.
Right?
My foot no good.
My
foot
no
no good.
I gotta go to Walmart.
My foot no good.
Nate funny as hell. Nate was supposed to be here by the way. But
shout out to the real supporters.
Yeah,
he will support.
Nah, yeah, absolutely. He knows I just talk shit.
Don't have him lift nothing heavy.
No. No, if you need something from him, make sure he's there. He has nowhere to go, nowhere to be, no cards to exchange. Just he block it out.
In community though, everybody has their sense of purpose. Everybody is good at something.
Oh no, when he came over here to help,
and we gotta
listen. He came here
in that space to be good at that.
He came here and helped me bring the 60 fucking sheets of sheetrock down to the basement, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm just talking shit. But when he after we did that, I had to do other things, and he's like, I'm like, Nate came over here and pretended like he did all this shit, and he's like, remember? He's like, no, I was just there to supervise. Moral support. Which, don't get me wrong though, not for nothing, it made the job easier because now I have my cousin and we're just bullshitting and we're talking, exactly, we're laughing, and I'm working and it makes the time go by fast, and in a way you're still helping. You are. In a way you're still helping because you made my time precious. You made it like there was value there. I wasn't just down in the basement by myself, breaking shit apart. Like Jerry came over and helped.
One of the biggest lessons I just recently learned is you can help by just being present. Like,
I feel
I had no idea.
But think about that, right? You ever sit on the couch and it's just you and my sister just sitting there? You guys aren't really doing shit.
Mm-hmm. Never.
But
I'm always sweating. I'm running around like no, I'm good.
But it still feels nice to be next to your person, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is sometimes with your friends. Like sometimes it's funny. Sometimes I'll stay at work and like it'll just be when it's just me. I dread staying because I'm like, damn, I'm not.
The time is standing.
The time is just bro. The time goes by so slow. But then when the guys stay, even if we're just sitting there bullshitting at break, it makes the day go by so much better. Like And sometimes we'll dead ass just sit there, and I'm not gonna say what else because it's against the rules. But and it's like, but we're not doing nothing.
Nah, but you know what? That's a funny thing you mentioned, because on the flip side of that, there is no deeper bond than shared trauma, right? Like,
It really isn't.
so
This is
it
why
could be the worst day
This is why
at
me and the
work
girls are
as well.
such good friends.
It could be the worst day at work as well, and you know you made that connection with somebody. Like
Yeah.
I had a story where I was it was a salary position, management job, and it was like I was working with around the clock shift, all these guys every shift, you know, trying to keep things moving. And we had to make a change over on a system, and dude, like the other manager I was working with, we just committed to the same thing. Like we wanted this done and we didn't care, and we did the whole overnight shift. He slept on the couch upstairs for 2 hours in the lobby, and I was downstairs taking a shift, and we swapped and whatever. And like after that, there was a resonance between us that even though we never, like, I mean, in 10 years, we've probably had 5 beers together, like actually hung out after work.
Yeah.
But if work is,
There's like a mutual respect there.
if
There's like an
if
understanding.
the hard work needs to get
Yup.
done, we both commit.
Yep.
And when decisions need to be made, there's trust in like what the other person is willing to commit to
Yeah.
and or should be doing, right? And that has a lasting effect.
It does.
Like I could go back to, I used to work at Foot Locker and working those overnight holiday shifts when you had to also do inventory and stock, and you got
Whoever's
some
there.
high schooler you have to
Yup.
send home because they're not allowed to be working after a certain hour, and some grumpy, you know, retired guy who he's already retired. He's just here because he's trying to collect a couple hours or get discounts on Jordans, and he knows he has to work on a holiday shift. Whatever it is, like when you're going through that in that moment, there's a connection there.
No, there is.
It's real.
It's funny because there's certain days where like I'll know like certain people at my job, like I'll call them, I'll be like, yo, do you want to come in? And they'll be like, who's coming in? Because they won't go in unless their boy's going in, because they don't want to be at work without their person or their friend, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it just,
Their work husband.
you know, it's, you know, that's funny. I work with a bunch of men. And there's no work wives there. It's one of those things where it's just like, but then again, it also depends on like the dynamic of the conversations that you're having with these people too, right? Because like it's the unspoken respect of this person's a good worker, this person's a hard worker. But there's a difference when you become family with your coworkers, like I have with mine, right? And it's like we're having the real conversations of, you know, this person's going through this with their partner. This one's their kid went to the doctors and something's wrong, and now they're expressing to us like the fear and you know what I'm saying? And it's like these things just it's like you value those relationships. So when you're at work with people like that,
Yeah.
it's more, it doesn't even feel like work sometimes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
if it's like
'Cause you could both be performing the same task or whatever, sitting in a lab, going
Yeah.
through analysis, and like you're talking, but that's happening.
exactly. And it's like guys don't understand, like sometimes like you'll see like guys that like different guys that work in there, like you said, oh look, it's his work husband, they're gay, all they do, if you see him, you see him, they're like
Yup.
fucking stuck at the ass, whatever. And it's like, yo, so this guy found someone at work that he got close to, and they probably and he can open up to and have actual conversations with to make his day. You don't know what this person's life is like outside of
his
work.
life.
Maybe he doesn't have good communication with his wife, and this is his way of like being okay at home now, so that his home life isn't being wrecked, because he's able to get all this out.
Yep.
Doesn't want to go to therapy or whatever. His therapy is his coworker. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like I don't judge people that are butt buddies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd still call them bub buddies.
Especially if
I still
the
call
type
them
of
bub
people
buddies.
who still
But I get it.
functioning adults, right?
But I get
Some
it.
are just ball busters, jokesters, whatever. And,
Yeah.
and that's fine. That's a version, a form of comic relief too. But,
Solo's wife, because Solo went in for overtime the other day, right? And she goes, it's gonna be raining, but Juan's probably gonna hold the umbrella for you, right? Because that's the type of relationship that we've built, where it's like,
yeah.
where it's like that when that trend was going on, where it was like, hey, good night, love you.
Yeah.
I called Solo. No,
Calling somebody back like, yo,
I called
what did
Solo,
you just say?
and I was like, good night. Good night, bro. Love you. He said, hey, love you too, baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Like you caught him, but he wasn't gonna slip in that moment.
yeah. When I saw the
You bobbed and I weaved.
when I saw that trend, it just like made me realize how stupid, because it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Like, you
Well-
can't tell your boy you love him. Like, how
You know-
how like far like homophobic do you have to be for
Yeah.
you to think that you telling your boy that you love him is gay?
Yo, I mean, there's logical reasons. I think some people will try to rationalize whatever, like take those outside of the conversation. It's more of like from a young age, you've been instilled to think certain principles, and it's like showing a weakness or showing or giving somebody a vulnerable part of you means that they can get one over on you or do something
But there are
hurt you.
but
Right?
we do learn that there are people like that,
Correct.
right? So there's like a
Well, so what I call it is like with my son is understanding the difference between someone you don't know and a stranger, right? Because as adults, we start to learn the difference pretty quickly. Like, that person more than likely wants to cause me harm or possibly could cause me harm versus that's someone I just don't know.
yeah.
You're at a barbecue, it's another family there, and you don't know their family, but everyone's in T-shirts and shorts and chilling.
I just don't know them.
So, that mechanism, it's easier to just teach, err on the side of caution, danger, don't expose anything that could be taken advantage of or a weakness, and then you'll learn the rest along the way. And it's unfortunate that children even have to grow up in that way, but it's leaking into the other parts of having a whole human experience, of being able to connect with people and all of those things. And that's why when people are young, they're quicker to make those bonds and those connections. Like, boom, we both fell off the same swing set. Like, we're friends now. Like, bam. Like, did we just become best friends? Yes.
Your dad hits you with the belt too.
You have
mine.
no other shared connection or story.
Other than trauma.
But adults lose that so bad.
Yup.
We lose, like,
Because you
why
won't
can't
speak
you
about it.
dap somebody up at the barbershop for watching the same team that you're both repping and start a friendship and be okay with, like, yo, he might have the same struggles as me or be going through similar things, or he went through something I'm going through right now.
Yep.
And might be not even a mentor, but just somebody that could be a sounding board to help give guidance to those things.
Yeah.
And because of those boundaries, we lose those opportunities all the
time.
all the time.
All the time. And to it, and it is it's unfortunate because you do have people miss out on like great friendships.
Yeah.
Or not even great friendships, but like great, I don't want to say mentor, right? But no, actually, yes, mentor, because for like obviously I have friends in all different.
Mentor
I have
been something that makes people feel
yes, like
inferior.
that's why I just called
right
myself.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, because I've done the exact same thing.
I have friends. Obviously, I have friends that are way younger than me, because at your job you'll be best friends with a 7-year-old, right? So I got friends that are way younger. I got friends that are closer to my son's age than they are to me, and sometimes I hesitate on like they're telling me something and they're like, oh yeah, because I'm gonna buy this or whatever, and I'm like, and I just want to be like, don't. But then I learned, I'm like, you know what? Nah, I am gonna say it. I am gonna tell this person, yo, dude, don't waste your money on buying that car. Like, you already have a working vehicle.
Yeah.
Save your money, whatever. cool. If you want to listen, then that's up to you.
Here's Juan trying to tell me what to do.
But I feel like
because that's what we're worried
no,
about.
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
But I feel like in that type of sense for that, and what I always say is I don't get nothing from that.
No.
Like you doing that does nothing for me.
Yep.
I'm just giving you some free. I'm dropping some gems for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
From experience.
A little free game.
From experience.
Take it if you want it.
Don't go buy the Type R Civic and spend $30,000 on it, hooking it up when you could put that money towards a house. Don't do it. You have a working car.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I did that. And I didn't buy a house until my late 30s. So, well, early 30s. I'm in my late 30s now.
But
I could have had a house in my 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I can help one of my friends or guide them in a point or give them the advice of, yo, listen, the reason I'm telling you this is because this is what I went through. Obviously, everyone's life experience is different, but especially nowadays with interest rates and everything being so fucking expensive, you probably should just keep the car that you're driving. Trust me, I want a nicer car, but guess what? I also want to be able to go on vacation.
They could also put it in Vanguard 500, S&P 500, but with the game, with the knowledge, you can do something else. And I think sometimes when people feel like, no, this is what I need to do to express myself or to get through something, like some of the advice I always give is like, hey, just pause on it. If you really want it now, you will really want it in a month.
Yep.
If you can do that, just matter of fact, save the payment that you would have for those 3 months and ask yourself if you think it's going to be worth it. Because if you can't even struggle to get through that, then once you commit to it, I mean, hey, they're going to approve you. They're gonna do everything they can. You go to the right place. They're going to find a way to get you the $1,000 a month payment with your 400 credit score and get it for you.
With 92 months finance.
And then you're going to be like
130 months.
Spin the block 3-4 times. And then you're like, damn, but now I'm stuck with this.
Damn, I don't even like this car anymore.
Right. So at the very least, for yourself, prove to you that you can do it. So that's like a little piece, but some people's ears are just closed to that stuff. They don't even want to like hear anything.
Younger generation, young kids, teenagers
in that way.
Obviously, I have a 19-year-old, and they just know everything.
And
we were we were there
all
though.
The game you giving me,
but we were there.
Yeah.
We were there, and you'll see when Levi gets older, and it's almost like they just don't do it, and they don't even know they're doing it. No, seriously, they don't know they're doing it because
sometimes
I'm like,
if they see someone else doing it, they're like, damn, why is that guy doing it?
Yeah, because I'm like, did I really say I know?
Yeah.
And my therapist told me, she's like, it's called, I forgot what it's called, but it's literally a like stage. Like it's like scientifically or whatever the study of it would be.
But like
it's proven.
A stage in human existence.
But in men, it's I forget. I think it's like between the ages of 15 and 19 or 15 and 20.
Okay.
Or 21. And for women, it's from 13 to whatever because they think they know everything. Sorry.
It might start at like 5 or 6. No.
Still gotta throw some jokes. The girls ain't here.
It just jokes.
Yes, no, the girls ain't here. And I watch Joanna's gonna be like, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, I could see that because at that stage in life, you don't want to hear it, and it's not like things are gonna be so bad that I'm gonna be dead, right?
And
like I'll get through it. I'm fine. I'd much rather experience it on my own. I could see all the variables here.
I know.
I got it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I know. I know, Dad.
But then, is it okay to let your loved ones, the people close to you, go through that period longer than
they have to? So that's where the tricky part is, right? Because
you care. You now, at least I feel like if I care, there's some obligation for me to share the risk and danger you're about to get yourself into.
So
and how to protect or prevent from that.
So for a very long time, I tried to push my son's relationship with his mother, right? My therapist told me, leave it alone. let him grow into that relationship, because what you're doing is taking away his safe space with you, because you keep pushing him in a direction that he doesn't really want to go to, right?
Yeah, I never.
So I stopped.
Like that. Yeah.
Then I get the reverse Uno card from his mother, obviously, right?
Crazy.
Did my sister show you those text messages?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But it's one of those things where it's like, I thought I was doing the right thing. You know, I think I'm doing the right thing by, no, it's your mother. You should call her, talk to her, whatever. Whole time, I'm fucking up. The whole time, what I'm doing is pushing my kid away and making him feel like,
because now that's eating my vegetables.
Because
like,
now,
why would I go do that?
Yeah, because
on my own.
To me, it's you should do this, right?
Yeah.
If he don't want to, and I'm forcing him to, now I'm the bad guy, because when it goes wrong,
there's something to point the finger.
Which it did. There's something to point a finger at, which he doesn't. But it's like, even like those conflicts that we go with ourselves, and like, I'm blessed to have a wife that like understands and is like easy for me to talk to her about all these things.
Yeah.
Because
shout out to you for doing the work on the communication.
No, it's like, it's, dude,
we have
to, because even like, you don't want to spiral out, and you don't want a thing, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's times where like certain shit happens, and like I feel that like fire of like old Juan, where it's like I want to go like just crash out.
Yep.
And I have to like, okay, babe, blah 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 blah, and it's the voice on the other end that's like, well, do you really want to do, you know what I'm saying? It's like the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's you. Sometimes I'll call, like, there's been times where I called Rudy and I'm like, yo, cuzzo, like, and it's one of those things where it's like, like, I learned that, like, the help situation, like I said before, where it was hard for me to ask for help, that when it comes to stuff like that, if I can't reel myself in, I know what the consequences are of me not being able to take that line and hold it there.
Yep.
No, here, help me hold this, please, because I don't want to get to that side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
I feel like it's how important that North Star is to you that helps you get out of those moments. And I'm going back to it because when I know that I'm getting ready to sip the poison of that fire, right? Like, that's a fuel source that can burn so hot and so bright, but it also is so unstable that you're accepting the risk of whatever comes after it if you put that in your engine, right?
In that moment, though.
Yeah.
Because because then what happens
for some people, it's not that short-lived, though.
No, but
that rage can turn into.
But what ends up happening is,
like,
at the end of it, though,
yeah,
you're still looking back like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm telling you, so many times I did shit, and then I was like, it might be the next morning.
Yeah.
You know, when I wake up and I see a
Yeah.
$700 bill from the bar because I decided to buy shots for these stupid girls that I didn't even go home with.
Yeah.
I'm like, just because it made me feel good in the moment,
what did I do?
I'm like, yo, what you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Now I feel like shit for the remainder of the week because I don't get paid until Thursday. Exactly.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, what an idiot. And then I'm like, even if I would have went home with one of these chicks, it's still not worth it.
Am I gonna feel good about this in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Is it getting me closer to my goal?
No.
If your goal is to sleep with as many women as humanly possible, then it got you maybe this much closer. You know what I mean?
Risky behavior.
It's not. Yeah, it's not actually getting you anywhere that you feel like resonates with who you are or where you're trying to go. And that's where, going back to some of the tools about men's health, you think about what fuel source you're using to motivate you.
Yeah.
And that's where you can start to make those decisions like, damn, I'm so hot right now that I would much rather do nothing because I can't think through the next set of decisions without sipping on that nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
to put in my tank, you know? Like, yeah, you'll burn hot and you'll burn fast quick, but did you go anywhere productive? You didn't even have time to set your
That's a good way.
navigation and
That's
coordinates.
actually a really good way to put it.
That's
Yeah.
how. So when I'm in that moment, if I can't think through the solution, it's like dead it. I can't do nothing right now. That's it. That's when you go, you smoke that cigar and you have that drink,
And you take
or
a breather.
you go get. No friends are available. You just go to that driving range and hit those golf balls, or you know, go to the bowling alley by yourself and do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you have to have that. And at the bare minimum, if you don't have a guidance of, hey, help me get through this, find the thing that helps you get back to a level-headed space, because it's going to allow you to use a little bit of like your analytical side with your feelings and your emotion towards like where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
And again, it falls back to having that support structure, even if it's one or two people or the work friend or whatever. Like, you got to, if you're gonna like have a sustainable long-term happiness. I mean, I'd love for somebody to challenge that theory, but like every time you do, you know, you wind up trying to prove something, and it's like, you gotta do what gives you sustainable.
Yeah, you can't.
Life.
You can't just carry every burden on your back yourself. You can't.
Why would you want to?
Because you're a man. Man up. That's what. No, seriously. That's where I'm telling you. My entire life, I've carried stuff because it was the whole. As a man,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
And yeah, you do. You do
Yeah.
figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But no one said your boy can't help you figure it out with you.
It's,
You know what I'm saying? No one said like you
Right.
can't call your family member and say, "Hey, listen, whatever, I need help with this. I'm or you might be you know what I'm saying? Like I used to go my thing was I always used to go to the waterfront at or the beach at nighttime, right?
yeah.
And I would just lay in the sand and I would write on my phone.
Okay.
That used to be my like
Vice of
tranquility, like my
Yeah.
when I
Okay.
knew that I was before I go and do something stupid, like
More like your safe space.
yes,
or your
before I go and do something stupid, like
hyperbolic time
go,
chamber.
yeah, exactly, go to the bar and have a couple drinks because it's gonna make me feel good in that moment, like you said, like for right there. But then the next time I wake up feeling like shit. I used to go to the beach at nighttime and I lay in the sand and I'd write my poems and stuff on my phone, and I'd be there for hours sometimes.
Yeah.
There were a couple nights where I fell asleep, and
Damn.
it's just like there's no one there. It's relaxing, it's peaceful. You're able to like get your thoughts, especially like somebody like me who has ADHD, when all you hear is the water. You're not distracted by anything because it's a constant noise. It's the same noise,
Yeah.
right? It's it's just the waves over and over again. There's nothing else going on.
And that's deep, because there's not many safe beaches near us for like 30 minutes.
Well,
40 minutes. No,
I would go south. No, remember, at that time I went south.
You're going to drive south.
Yeah, at that time I used to work. At that time I used to work south, so I would just go after work. But there was a couple nights where I couldn't sleep or anything, and I would just go there, and then sleep in my car, and then go to work afterwards.
So do you feel like that space gave you, what did it give you? Like, what benefit was it for you in that time?
Well, at that time I wasn't in therapy.
Or did you
yet.
know if it was a benefit, you just felt like it was the right thing to do?
No, I felt like it was the wrong thing to do because it was I would either smoke or, you know what I'm saying? Like at that point I was in a dark place.
Yeah.
Literally, figuratively too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those things where it was like, remember that's when I first started therapy, and that stupid therapist sent me to the psychiatrist, and they gave me that medication.
Crazy. Yeah.
When you freaking gave me
you
gave me the wedding.
They get commission.
Dude, you gave me the invite to your wedding, and you asked me to be your groomsman.
Yeah.
And I had no
reaction.
reaction.
I think I remember you saying, dude, I feel like I want to feel something.
No, yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was the weirdest.
I remember
Let me
that,
tell you,
'cause
it was the
like,
weirdest
what?
shit. So they put me on this antidepressant medication, and all it did was flatline me. Like all it did was not literally, but like my emotions were just serious. Like I didn't feel happy and I didn't feel sad.
It was like no tone.
I felt nothing. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I'm like, I'd rather feel sad. Like I'd rather feel sad than feel this. Like what the fuck is this? But this is why, like, they say that at the end of those commercials, like, may cause suicidal tendencies, blah, 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 heartbreak, diarrhea, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, because I don't feel nothing.
That stuff is worse than what I'm trying to fix.
I don't feel nothing. I literally don't feel nothing at all. Like it was so weird because I'm like, why am I not happy right now? Like, why am I not, like, I want to be happy, but I don't know how to feel that. It was so weird.
Yeah. It's like a paradoxical.
Yeah, like it was like, so
different dimension, like
just
no
straight
emotion, no feeling.
Yeah, and I'm like, the doctor was like, oh, it's not supposed to change your personality, blah, blah. Yes, the fuck it did. Yes, it did, because even when I was sad, I was still funny.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was depressed, I still, like, made jokes and stuff like that. During that period, I was just like, Chat GPT, but I didn't know anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I had no water left in my system to be able to research shit. It was like that. So how are you feeling? I am.
Next question. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that was. But I was open about it with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you. I said, I'm sorry.
Feel something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, this medication, whatever. And that honestly was the point where I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I can't take this. Like, because I know for a fact,
when you're verbalizing the fact
knowing that my sister was getting married,
I don't feel like me. Like,
knowing that you never wanted to get married, and knowing that, and then you actually proposing to my sister and asking me to be your groomsman, I was ecstatic about it.
Yeah, it took me a while to get
but
there
I couldn't
from my own
like.
And then,
that I was, and it sucked because I'm like, and I'm telling you, that moment made me be like, yeah, I'm not taking these.
Damn.
I'm not taking these no more. What was that? Like, I literally read it and I was like, cool, thanks. And I had to, like, dude, I feel like I should be feeling more. Like, I'm sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was weird. It was so weird.
Yeah.
I remember we're at the pool hall and it was like, that was another one of my things. Me and my brother, we used to go rock to the pool hall all the time.
Do you think, like, different men or different people can have, like, a level of or a lack of understanding to get to that space where they know that type of medication or treatment is not helping them? Like,
so
who does that work for? I guess I'm saying, like, that type of medication, and why would they ask or recommend you to be on something like that? If, like,
well, they told me, so they tell you that it's they basically tweak the doses, they play with the doses or whatever. It's like
okay, for the different intensity of how much of this piece of your brain we're gonna
yes, exactly. So for me, it was
too loud.
I think because I have ADHD, the medication just kind of like silenced everything.
Yeah,
and it just made me like blah.
I
was blah.
Muted space.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, okay, I'm not sad anymore, but I'm nothing.
Yeah.
And I, like, purposely would watch, like, movies that made me cry, and I wouldn't cry or be teary-eyed or anything. And I used to be like, okay, this just sucks.
Yeah.
Like, this sucks. Like, I felt like a fucking piece. It was like I felt like grilled cheese. Like, I don't even know how to
feel like.
I don't even know how to
a
put
random food item.
No, I just felt like grilled cheese, dude. But they work. Like, I'm not against medications. Obviously, I have.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, like, I try to think about what would make someone need to be there, and then I hope that they find an opportunity to recognize if they don't need it anymore, instead of living their whole life in that space because someone else told them they should be or recommended them to be. Because some of it is, like, understanding how to mitigate and manage your feelings. We're not talking about people who are just with a chemically imbalanced situation in their brain that, like, they're trying to help manage that.
Yes.
I'm talking about people who, like, maybe their upbringing forced them to always choose anger as their solution because it gets them moving out of bed and gets them moving and what I got to prove myself.
This
and
is where
XYZ.
this is where the therapy.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
on
do.
both sides of
But
that.
this is where the
Yeah,
therapy
yeah.
comes in, because for me, the therapist that I had at first just sent me over there too fast. Like, she didn't really get to know me. They did a questionnaire of like, have you been depressed for more than 3 months? And I'm like, yeah,
Right.
I'm going through a fucking divorce. I'm sad as shit right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they didn't ask that.
No.
No, you just filled it out.
Yes or no?
You're yes or no, and it's like once you put yes,
You're in this.
now you're in this. Exactly, and they box you out, and they also get paid for these medications anyway. So obviously, but they box you out, and it's like, motherfucker, if you would have asked me why I was sad for more than 3 months, I would tell you.
Yeah.
I only get to see my son every other weekend now. When I was a present dad for my oldest son the entire time, like, I'm sad.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be a level of understanding someone's capabilities and
Yeah.
and mental load
But
and
this is-
understanding.
this is
and
why I wouldn't-
competency towards.
I wouldn't recommend anyone to go on medication. This is not like medical advice. But I wouldn't recommend anyone to go
straight.
on. No, don't go straight to
Yeah,
medication.
yeah.
Try the therapy first.
Yeah.
So maybe there was stuff that like I spoke about in therapy that I thought I was making up, and it's because I had shoved it so far back into my head
Yeah.
that it was like I'm like I had to really I'm like sitting there and I'm like I don't know if this is true or not.
Yeah.
And the therapist is like, no, what's the word?
Suppressed.
Yes, you suppress these emotions and these feelings because they make they're dark.
put you in a
It's
space
trauma.
that you. Yeah.
And
yeah. Yeah.
and it was like I'm like, holy shit. Like, wow. And then this was my latest therapist, and it was like question after question, conversation after conversation.
Yeah.
It went from and then we went from weekly to every 2 weeks. So now, honestly, she told me, she's like, we got to stop doing this every 2-3 months thing. Like, you have to. And I was like, I know. She's like, especially with the baby coming, like let's go back to monthly at least.
Mm.
But that medication didn't work for me.
Okay.
And after that, I was just like, all right, let me.
That first one you talking about?
Yeah.
No, we know.
Then I was like, so I was like, you know what? Let's just continue the therapy, and let's cut some of the bullshit out on my own.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that you helped me, with like the finances and all that extra
because
stuff.
those things take up so much space. Whether you're doing it right or wrong, regardless, you're spending too much time thinking about it, that it's taking up capacity that could be helping you work on the things that
on something
you
else.
need energy to work on.
Yep.
So put this on autopilot, or put this in a position where you can make those decisions without thinking about it.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to a point where I started wearing the same things for work because I was just like, I can pick my outfits,
You on
change
cruise
my
control.
outfits, but I don't want this to even be energy right now. I understand when they show a CEO wearing the same damn outfit every day because they're on decision fatigue and overload, and like they're constantly like making these decisions.
Yeah. So I just want to give you guys some statistics for men's mental health.
Yeah.
And we'll close in that. So it says that men make up nearly 80% of all suicide deaths in the U.S. Men die by suicide about 4 times more often than women. About 6 million men experience depression each year in the U.S. without saying anything. Think about that. 6 million, and this is just men, not people, right? Obviously, this is for everyone, but because it's men's mental health,
Yeah.
we're focused on that. Men are much more less likely to seek help.
Right.
We know this. And the suicide rates are highest among older men. Men 75 and older have the highest suicide rates of any age group in the United States.
Wow.
If you need help, there's help out there. You have friends, and if you don't have friends, you'll be surprised how many strangers are willing to hear you out. Honestly, like, anyone that has a heart is not going to push away a person who they see is in, like to me, it's like, I don't know what it is, but this happens to me all the time where people just tell me their personal problems. And yes, sometimes I get annoyed, but I still listen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I still listen because I don't know if like, what if I don't listen and you go and like off yourself, and like even though I don't know you
for that person.
yeah, where are you right now?
Yeah.
Like where is are you at that point where like it's already at the end and you're about to snap?
Yeah.
I'll listen.
Yeah.
I don't mind listening. It like to me, like it doesn't. Yes, you're taking up some of my time, but if I can save you without having to save you,
Yeah.
just by lending you an ear, we'll do that.
Those connections and those bonds go longer than we know.
Yep.
And you know, not allowing that experience to happen because you just don't feel like it's going to have a benefit to you is a detriment for you and potentially for the person that you're talking to. That 75-year-old statistic stands out to me because men that are 75 and older, you know, that's like in a space now where you're not doing new things, you're not having new experiences, you're not necessarily maybe meeting new people and things like that.
Your friends are passing away, your family,
those connections, you lose the ability to continue to connect because you where are you physically? And so it just tells me what stands out to me is like, make those connections.
Make them now.
That story in the barbershop when you dap that guy up, he has nothing to take from you. There's no way he can take something from you. He's not connected to you. So at the very least, yo, how often do you come through? Like
you might as or not only that, man. Like you that dap up might have just
you have kids like
that dap up might have just as corny as it sounds, might have just saved him because he might have. You don't know what people go through in their heads.
Yep.
You don't. Like that man might not have any friends, and you dapping him up was like, oh shit,
connection.
Somebody saw me.
Yeah,
I feel seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, guys and women and everyone, if you need help, there's help out there. You can also help us by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and commenting.
We'll comment back.
It costs you nothing. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Solely for Laughs. At least I will see you guys on the next episode for Solely.
If y'all want to see me again, let this
know. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Anytime.
Basically, I want you to tell me that everything we done is okay.